Chapter 33, Dawn and Decisions. I woke slowly, reluctantly, surfacing from a deep dreamless sleep. The room was filled with the soft golden light of early morning, the air still and quiet. For a moment, I felt peaceful. Content. A feeling so rare, so unfamiliar, it was almost unsettling. Then, I remembered. Daphne. I turned my head, expecting to see her curled up beside me, her dark hair a tangled mess on the pillow, her skin still flushed with sleep and other things. But the bed was empty. A cold wave of panic, of disappointment, washed over me. She was gone. Again. I sat up, the sheet falling away from my naked body, and looked around the room. Her clothes were gone. The faint scent of her, that intoxicating mix of vanilla and earth and woman, still lingered in the air, a cruel reminder of her absence. I felt a familiar knot of anxiety tighten in my chest. Had I messed it up? Had I scared her away? I found the note on the desk next to a half-empty bottle of wine and 2 glasses. Had to go, will call you, D. Short. Impersonal, ambiguous. It was better than nothing, I supposed. But it wasn't enough. It didn't tell me what she was thinking, what she was feeling, what she wanted. I ran a hand through my hair, feeling the lingering tenderness where her fingers had tangled in the strands the night before. God, the night before, it had been incredible. Beyond anything I'd ever experienced. It wasn't just the sex, though, that had been mind-blowing, earth-shattering, the kind of sex that rewrites your definition of the word. It was the connection, the intimacy, the vulnerability. I'd let my guard down. I'd shown her a side of myself I rarely showed anyone. A side I usually kept carefully hidden beneath layers of charm and confidence and carefully cultivated detachment. I'd told her about my doubts, my fears, my frustrations with the life that had been laid out for me. I'd shared a part of my soul, and she'd responded. She'd met me, matched me, surpassed me in passion, in vulnerability, in everything. But now she was gone, and I was left with the cosmic shift of the night before, the empty hotel room, and a gnawing uncertainty that threatened to consume me. I turned back to the bed, the sheets still bearing the imprint of our bodies. I picked up a pillow, burying my face in it, inhaling deeply, trying to recapture the scent of her skin, the feel of her hair. I needed to see her. I needed to talk to her. I stopped myself. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't chase her, couldn't pressure her, couldn't smother her. I'd let her come to me. I'd promised her respect, and I would keep that promise even if it killed me. I forced myself to get dressed, to start the day, to go through the motions of a life that suddenly felt empty, meaningless again. I drove back to campus and the fraternity house. There was a package waiting for me. Wrapped in brown paper, it was large, thin, and rectangular, a painting. I headed straight to my room, eager to see what she left me. Once safely ensconced in my room, I tore open the paper like a boy on Christmas morning. It was her self-portrait. It was raw, powerful, visceral, a swirling vortex of crimson, a chaotic blend of abstract shapes and recognizable forms. But as I stared at it, I realized it wasn't just her. It was us, our desire, our everything. I saw her imprinted on the canvas. I saw the streaks of her fingers, her hands. I saw the passion, the energy, the fire that she'd poured into the painting. And I saw myself, not literally, but symbolically, in the sharp angles of the brushstrokes, in the dark, swirling paint, in the overall sense of controlled chaos. It was a masterpiece, a brutal, beautiful, honest masterpiece, and it was a revelation. It told me everything I needed to know. She felt it too, the connection, the desire, the love, but it also told me something else, something that both thrilled and terrified me. She was still holding back. Zeph here to cause trouble. It was Leander, looking surprisingly sheepish. "Hey man," he said, his voice hesitant. I saw this note on the message board." He gestured towards a whiteboard where fraternity members often left messages for each other. He handed it to me, scrawled in Zeph's unmistakable handwriting, a crude, venomous message. My blood ran cold. Rage, hot and immediate, surged through me. That son of a bitch. He was trying to get to me, to provoke me, to hurt Daphne. "Don't worry about it, Polo," Leander said, his voice reassuring. "Everyone knows Zeph's an asshole. No one takes him seriously." I crumpled the note in my hand. "I'm going to kill him," I said, my voice low and dangerous, my fists clenched. "No, you're not," Leander said firmly. "You're going to ignore him. You're going to let the university handle it. You're going to show everyone, especially Daphne, that he's wrong. That you're better than that." He was right. Of course he was right. But the anger, the protectiveness, the possessiveness, still burned within me. "I need to see her," I said, my voice raw. "I need to make sure she's okay." She said she would call. But waiting, being patient, was the hardest thing I'd ever done. I spent the rest of the day in a state of restless agitation, unable to focus, unable to relax. I tried to work, to catch up on emails, to prepare for the upcoming syllabus week and the beginning of pledge season, but it was useless. My mind was consumed by thoughts of Daphne, by the memory of our night together, by the threat of Zeph, by the uncertainty of the future. I kept glancing at my phone, willing it to ring, to vibrate, to show some sign of life, some sign of her. As evening approached, I knew I couldn't stay here, alone with my thoughts, with my anxieties. I needed to do something, to take action, to assert myself. I made a plan. A plan that combined my personal needs with the demands of my public role. A plan that I hoped would kill two birds with one stone. I grabbed the small black velvet box I had rescued from my ruined tuxedo. It was time.